Coming up on the Daily O, tensions across the border as multiple Oklahomans are fearing for their safety.
And wildfire danger is once again raising health alerts across the state. All of this and more is coming up. The Daily O starts now.
Good evening and welcome to the Tuesday edition of the Daily O. I'm Tyler Tripodi.
And I'm Chance Annis. We're glad you're with us. Multiple Oklahomans are stranded in Mexico after violence erupted following the killing of a cartel leader.
Some travelers say they heard explosions and gunfire and saw smoke rise over the city from their hotels. Several flights have been canceled or rescheduled, leaving visitors sheltering in place as conditions stabilize.
Oklahoma congressional leaders say they're monitoring the situation and urging anyone in Mexico to enroll in the State Department's Smart Traveler Enrollment Program for security updates.
Travel agents here at home are also encouraging Oklahomans with upcoming trips to check official advisories and consider adjusting their plans if traveling to affected areas.
A week after wildfires scorched hundreds of thousands of acres in western Oklahoma, danger is on the rise again. A red flag warning is in effect for much of the state, except the Panhandle and far eastern Oklahoma. Most of the state is under a level 2 out of 5 fire risk, including Oklahoma City and Stillwater. Winds out of the south and southwest could reach 25 miles per hour, with gusts up to 35, before easing this evening. Fire danger is expected to drop midweek, but could increase again this weekend.
The city of Stillwater has voted unanimously to sue Vesta Realty, the property management company behind Remington Ranch Apartments. Hundreds of residents there have been without hot water since at least November. City leaders expressed frustration during a recent meeting, saying tenants deserve safe and functioning homes. Officials also say Vesta is about $200,000 behind on utility payments to the city. An attorney for Vesta says the company is working to address the issues. Vesta owns multiple properties across Oklahoma and has faced complaints from tenants in other cities, including reports of maintenance problems and pest issues. Attorneys are encouraging tenants who need help to contact legal aid.
This year, Special Olympics Oklahoma brought together two traditions, all in the name of fundraising.
The Daily O's Addison Schweinberg gives us a look on how Cowboys were making a splash.
This weekend, members of the Stillwater community gathered at the Colvin in honor of Unified Sports. Unified Sports is a program that joins people with and without intellectual disabilities on the same team. And the 21st of February, participants volunteered to plunge into the icy cold waters of the Colvin's pool in exchange for donations supporting Unified Sports. Among the participants were various groups, including Stillwater Police Department, Fire Department, the dean from each college, and our very own Oklahoma State President, Jim Hess.
This is really a great event, and we're so especially on it, special. It's our favorite event on campus. It raises money for about 12,300.
For jumping, awards were given for oldest jumper, best solo costume, best team costume, team with most money raised, and an award called the Golden Plunger. Once jumping started, a friendly rivalry emerged between the fire and police departments when several police officers took the plunge a step farther by swimming to the end of the pool. Not to be outdone, the firefighters responded by swimming the length of the pool together as a team. The rest of the plungers made the decision most of us would make to get out immediately. At the end of the day, the event went off well as jumpers braved the icy cold water. An amazing tradition. The Special Olympics set out to make the polar plunge special this year, and they certainly did. The energy at the Colvin pool was unmatched. Some might say it was quite literally the coolest event this winter. The Daily O, Addison Schweinberg.
Get ready to pull on your boots and get dancing. The full Calf Fry lineup has finally been announced. The headliners for the three-day festival were announced late January, revealing we'd be hearing from artists Josh Malloy, Flatland Cavalry, and Charles Wesley Godwin. Now we have the full roster available. On Thursday, April 30th, Waylon Wyatt, Bottomland, Cole Phillips, and Jackson Wendell will be performing Friday. Friday will feature Braxton Keith, Caitlin Butts, Logan Ryan, and Phil Kane. On the final day, we can look forward to Old 60, Tyler Nance, Fox and Ved, and the Jack Wharf Band. All 3 days will feature a winner from the Battle of the Bands currently being held at Tumbleweed.
Well, it sounds like we've got a lot to look forward to, Chance. It was a sunny day here in Stillwater, but what can we expect as we move into this evening? Let's check in with Mason Humpner, who has our evening forecast. Mason, how's it looking out there?
Yeah, sunny it was and dry it was as well. 68 degrees out there right now with a real feel of right at 68. It's windy and you got 12-mile-per-hour winds coming from the south. Let's take a look at the west side of campus. As you can see, it's pretty dry out there. Could use a rain, and you might be seeing that later this week, but more on that later. Back to you guys at the desk.
All right, Mason. When we return, one OSU legend set to be honored this weekend.
And an outdoor adventure in downtown Stillwater. The Daily O returns right after this.
Hi, welcome to Sugar Llamas.
Well, I'm the owner of Sugar Llamas here in Stillwater. My name is Chad O'Rourke. We want to create a customer-centric culture and create an experience for our customers when they come in. Our ice cream in particular, you can get it other places, but I'm only aware of like one other place besides the Sugar Llama in the state of Oklahoma that you can get it. We actually ship it in from up north, but when it comes to our coffee, you cannot get Sugar Llama coffee anywhere else in the world. You might find a blend similar to it, but you're not going to get Sugar Llama coffee anywhere but a Sugar Llama. It is proprietary to us. We really actually want to get more involved within our community. It's not just about making money, but it's about serving our community and becoming a part of the community here.
Ace in the Bowl salsa started many, many years ago. I was trying to find a recipe to take to a family gathering, and so I started messing around with different recipes, and I took a little bit from here and a little bit from there, and I came up with a salsa that is truly unique. Ace in the Bowl salsa is an olive oil based salsa with tomatoes, green chilies, green onions, and black olives. There's no sugar added, it's gluten free, low calorie, low carb, low fat, low sodium. So it's a very, very, very good alternative to any snack you may want. As of right now, I'm just looking to be in Oklahoma and having a successful business within the state. If my grandkids could ever take it over when they're old enough, that would be my dream.
OSU's Oklahoma City campus will host its annual Nancy Rudolph Davis Day celebration Thursday in the Student Event Center. The event honors Nancy Rudolph Davis, the first black student to enroll at what is now Oklahoma State University. Davis made history in 1949 when she enrolled in graduate courses at Oklahoma A&M College. Despite being forced to sit outside classrooms under segregation laws, she excelled academically and earned her master's degree in 1952. She later spent more than 4 decades as an educator and civil rights advocate in Oklahoma. This year's campus-wide celebration will feature performances, a keynote speaker, and reflection on Davis's legacy. The event is free and open to the public.
For many college students, it can be easy to hide away inside.
The Daily O's Amelia Beatty shows how the OSU's Museum of Art is promoting exploration.
On the third Friday of February in a monthly program, the OSU Museum of Art hosted a scavenger hunt to encourage students to explore downtown.
Third Fridays for us are a way that we get to bridge between the community and the university.
Often we like to hide in dorms and hide in the library and stay on campus.
Nicole Ewing, a student at OSU and an intern at the Museum of Art, conceptualized and organized this event.
I've always been a big fan of like scavenger hunts and escape rooms and like Clue and like little different sort of games like that.
She came up with riddles as hints to the locations and handled outreach by partnering with the Hargis Leadership Institute to reach students to come out and see downtown and the museum for themselves.
A couple of my friends are in PLC, and they came to me one day and they were like, hey, on Friday, there's this really cool scavenger hunt in the art museum, you should totally come with us. I was like, okay.
Locations included were the statue of the Old Man, Chris Salmon Plaza, Empire Slice House, and Block 34. Students ended at the Museum of Art itself, where crafts, snacks, and dogs from Pete's Pet Posse were waiting.
I've never been to the Museum of Art here in downtown Stillwater.
The scavenger hunt attracted 4 friends who spent the evening looking around the museum and enjoying the art.
We should come back.
I agree.
Amelia Beatty for the Daily O.
It looks like that was a lot of fun. Now, Mason, the weather's been pretty up and down lately with morning lows and afternoon highs all over the place. I know we've been talking a lot about layering, but are we finally going to start seeing some consistency in what we can wear?
Well, Tyler, let's take a look at it. We got the radar for you right here. For the rest of the evening, not a whole lot. It's going to be dry with some cloud coverage, and then moving on to tomorrow, it's going to be a little bit more of the same. Still looking at that fire weather watch warning, more cloud coverage, you know, those dry, fast winds. And then moving on to Thursday, you're going to see some sprinkled showers starting to pop up coming in from the northwest part of the state. It will sprinkle around Stillwater, but for the most part, it's actually going to avoid us, which is rather unfortunate. Now, here's what you need to watch out for heading into the rest of this week. We still are under that fire weather watch, and then early week drought conditions and high wind speeds as well. So that's what you need to watch out for. Tyler, I don't know if that's the consistency you're necessarily looking for. We got some rain coming later, but it's dry right now. Back to you guys.
Well, it's definitely consistently unpredictable, I'll say that.
When we return, the search for Nancy Guthrie continues, with her family once again speaking out.
And President Trump's first State of the Union address is tonight. We'll show you the political tensions surrounding the speech. The Daily O returns right after this.
We would design something, it was set on the counter, and people was either, if enough of them said, you know, this isn't it, it never made to the line. Dad was excited that they're all original. They were all designed on Mom's kitchen table, and it gets in your blood after a while.
We're very happy that Pamela and Michael have taken over the business and kept the family going.
We took the business over in 2017. When we found that it was available, we wanted to keep the legacy of family alive, but it was also incredible products that deserved to be a part of Made in Oklahoma's story. We were a part of Made in Oklahoma years ago, and so it kind of grew as Made in Oklahoma grew.
Oklahoma is ingrained into everything that we did. We've been here most of our life. That's what we entailed our whole business on, was the Oklahoma homegrown feeling.
Deep Fork Foods started in 2014. We started off with our nut products, and now we produce everything from jarred products to cookie mixes and pancake mixes and dried products for people, as well as our spice blends. Now we produce over 168 different products for ourselves and about 20 to 30 other companies in Oklahoma.
I'm Cindy Stewart. I'm one of the owners of Deep Fork Foods. We've gone from just making our own stuff and doing just small things to being able to co-pack and work with other companies and individuals within Oklahoma and across the United States as well.
I'm just really thankful for the journey that we've had so far and really look forward to the future where we're taking Deep Fork Foods and being able to provide more value for Oklahoma and its economy, as well as all the people within the state.
I love the opportunities that being in a food business provides. I absolutely love sharing food and good stories with people, so this just gives us another connection. And I can't wait to see where this path takes us with it.
As the search for Nancy Guthrie continues, Savannah Guthrie says her family is offering a reward of up to $1 million for information leading to the recovery of her mother. 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie has been missing since February 1st. The Pima County Sheriff's Office says investigators believe that she may have been taken from her home against her will, but authorities have not yet named a suspect. In an emotional video posted online, Savannah asked the public to keep praying and says her family is holding on to hope.
Please keep praying without ceasing. We still believe. We still believe in a miracle. We still believe that she can come home.
The FBI is also offering a $100,000 reward for information leading to her whereabouts or an arrest.
President Trump will deliver the first State of the Union address of his second term tonight as control of Congress hangs in the balance ahead of November's midterms. The speech gives Trump a chance to defend his economic policies and argue the country is on the right track. But new polling shows 57% of Americans disapprove of how he's handling the economy. Trump has dismissed those polls and says the economy is strong, pointing to lower inflation and stock market gains. The president is also expected to address foreign policy, including tensions with Iran, as well as immigration and border security.
At least half a dozen House Democrats have invited survivors of Jeffrey Epstein to attend President Trump's State of the Union address tonight. Lawmakers say the guests are meant to highlight calls for accountability and transparency in the Epstein case. Democrats plan to hold a news conference with survivors before the speech, with some declining to attend, inviting survivors in their place. The move sets the stage for a visual and political statement ahead of the president's primetime speech to the nation.
Speaking of who's skipping, more than a dozen Democratic lawmakers plan to boycott the president's address. Instead, they'll attend an event on the National Mall called the People's State of the Union, organized by progressive groups. Senators and House members say they're skipping the address in protest, arguing it has become divisive and political. Meanwhile, the U.S. Women's Olympic hockey team says it will not attend the speech due to prior commitments.
I must tell you, we're going to have to bring the women's team. You do know that. I do believe I probably would be impeached.
The men's team was also invited and will be attending. The division set the stage for a highly polarized night at the Capitol.
A powerful winter storm covered the Northeast with over 2 feet of snow, causing thousands of flight cancellations and widespread travel disruptions. Forecasters are calling it the strongest storm in a decade, with some areas in Rhode Island and Massachusetts seeing nearly 3 feet of snow. Central Park recorded 19 inches, making it one of New York City's largest snowstorms on record. Some locations met official blizzard criteria, with hurricane-force wind gusts reported in some coastal areas. Forecasters now say another storm could bring additional snow later this week, though it's not expected to be as severe. Officials warn even a few more inches could complicate cleanup efforts across the hard-hit region.
The words "play ball" have echoed inside O'Brate Stadium for the first time this season. Grayson Buchanan is in the Sports Corner with how the Cowboys are matching up right after this.
My name's Dennis Abernathy. Lived here since 1968, and I consider myself one of Stillwater's oldest original family jewelers. Here at Dennis the Jeweler, we're more about personal service. My father always told me that anybody can sell the jewelry, and what we're doing is completely different, learning to do the repair work. That is one thing that will keep your business alive, because anybody can sell it, but not anybody can fix it. To me, jewelry is very, very personal. Every piece of jewelry has its own story, and I get to hear hundreds of stories from my clients, which I love to hear. There's always a story with it. I mean, you buy a piece of jewelry for a show of appreciation, a sign of love. There are a lot of different aspects for jewelry when you purchase it.
My wife lived east of here, about 35, 40 miles, something like that, over at Lamont. I was dating her from over at Alba when we were going to college. I knew about the well then. It was a great well. It was great water. I'd stop there, stick my head under it, wake up, drive on home, that kind of thing. And people talked about bottling this water. And so that's why I started thinking about doing that. And so in 2003, the property come up for sale. And so we started working on that and had the opportunity to buy it. The hopes are when folks drink our water is that they'll drink it for a few days and find out the difference. They'll start feeling better because there's been no chemical in our water. There's a list of good things that we have. We don't have any bad things in it. This company means a lot to me because I guess we started it from scratch. And to be able to have it where it's at today, I don't see this as the end at all. I see the future of Divine Water as being worldwide, which will bring outside dollars into the state. It means a lot to me because I started it, I guess, and our family started it.
Welcome back to the Daily O and welcome into the Sports Corner. I'm Grayson Buchanan. Let's get right to it. As you can see behind me, wrestling is wrapping up and taking me out to the ball game because baseball is in full swing. The Pokes are taking on Central Arkansas for their 2026 home opener. OSU comes into today sitting at 4-3, but have won 3 in a row against Grand Canyon. The Bats have been hot as of late as they are now averaging 10 runs over their last 5 games. It's a midweek matchup, so a couple young bucks are getting to play, and as of right now, it is 3-1 in the 4th. If you're looking for a name to watch, though, it is Aiden Miola. After a monster performance during the Grand Canyon Series, Aiden Miola was named Big 12 Player of the Week. Miola was a crucial factor in this series as he homered in all 4 games and had an RBI that helped the Cowboys extend their lead in a game they won 10-7. In the series finale, Miola tied his career high with 5 RBIs and then crushed a grand slam in the 4th inning to help the Pokes with a run rule win. The Cowboys are hoping that momentum is going to keep going in tonight's game. Well, when we started making it to March with Kyle Allen a couple weeks ago, both teams had a pretty good shot, of making that tournament. But after a brutal weekend of play for both teams, it's not looking so good. Let's go down to Kyle to see how bad the Cowboys and Cowgirls hurt themselves in their most recent matchups. What have you got, Kyle?
Thanks, Grayson. And brutal is a good way to describe it because for the Oklahoma State men's basketball team, every publication is in consensus right now that the Cowboys are no longer in contention to be a participant in the NCAA tournament unless something drastic happens over these last 4 games. Oklahoma State, it's looking increasingly likely for them that the only way they're going to get into the NCAA tournament is by winning the automatic bid that comes with winning the Big 12 tournament up in Kansas City. They have 2 road games left on their schedule to play next week, and road games have been a daunting task for Steve Lutz's team all year long, only winning 1 true road game this season. Their KenPom ranking has fallen all the way down to 73, the highest it's been all year in the midst of this 5-game losing streak, and the net is down to 83, which is also down 11 spots from last week. Now, Oklahoma State is in action tonight at home against West Virginia with a chance to start to improve their seeding in the Big 12 a little bit as the conference tournament draws closer. For the women, well, J.C. Hoyt's team, they suffered their worst loss of the year this past Saturday in Morgantown against a really talented Mountaineer team that's also trying to improve their stock for the NCAA tournament. The women's team, not nearly as much to panic about. They're still firmly in the NCAA tournament field, and they only have 2 games left on their schedule before they go to Kansas City for the Big 12 tournament after next week. Those 2 games, they make the return trip to Ames tomorrow after a big-time win against the Cyclones earlier in the year at home, and then they close out the year at home against Kansas. They're currently sitting at number 6 in the Big 12 with a 10-6 conference record, and their status in the bracket is unchanged. They are still locked in to that 8 seed in Los Angeles, which would set up a potential round of 32 matchup with the UCLA Bruins. We have 1 week left of the regular season for both of these teams, so stay tuned on Making It to March as we continue to get you closer and closer to the NCAA tournament here on the Daily O. Grayson, back to you.
All right, Kyle. Well, Cowgirl Golf ended their UNF Collegiate on fire. The Pokes finished in first place and ended the day with a 5-stroke lead over Florida Gulf Coast, followed by a 16-stroke lead over third-place Tulsa. Junior Marta Silshenko and freshman Yu Chu Chen helped lead the Pokes to victory, with Silshenko finishing in second place and Chen, who tied for 7th. Other key players were Summer Lee and Ellie Bushnell, as Lee finished in 9th place, followed by Bushnell tied for 10th. The Cowgirls are hoping to keep that momentum at a full swing as they travel on Monday to Las Vegas for the Lady Luck Invitational. Well, that's all we have today from the Sports Corner, but don't go anywhere. Chance and Tyler have how one big heist only lasted 24 hours right after this.
I'm Travis Taylor. I'm the general manager for the Hotel Indigo Tulsa Downtown. I have a real good understanding of the food scene in Tulsa, and I've loved to see the way it's evolved over the years, and I'm glad to be part of it.
My name's Kevin Kyle. I'm the executive chef. I started here, the idea was to do something local. Everything that we try to do has Oklahoma products.
Tulsa is a big oil boom when we were the oil capital in the early 1900s. How Route 66 put Tulsa on the map. And the menu around that was, well, what would an oil worker take out in their lunchbox? That's how Prospect kind of came from.
We never get crazy busy, so we can do a lot of different things with food. And we can do things like wine dinners and have local dinners. We have a private dining room that people can come.
I think being at the heart of the old Route 66 has kind of weighed into us getting a lot of different things brought in from different areas of the United States. When I taste something on our menu for the first time, the first thing I go is, that's Tulsa.
My name's Kayla. I've been here since the beginning, so 4 years. Scratch is more focused on farm and mostly made in Oklahoma products, keeping it local. Sustainability is our biggest thing. That's one of the reasons why this place opened.
I've been the chef here at Scratch for 2.5 years. Started here as a line cook. Our food and drinks are a bit separate entities almost inside the restaurant. So the food is now up to 85% of the products we bring in are raised or grown locally. It's all based off of things that I grew up eating in southern Oklahoma, the things my grandparents ate.
Fresh food, clean food, organic food, sustainability, that's all of our thing. From front of house to back of house, we're able to maintain both with freshness. But made in Oklahoma means we get it straight from the farms that are 20, 30 minutes, another little county away. We get it straight from them.
Hollywood is revisiting one of its brightest stars on the big screen. Lizzie Hoisington has that and more in your A-List update. Lizzie?
Yes, Chance. A biopic on Audrey Hepburn is officially in the works and will be played by none other than Lily Collins. Collins took to Instagram announcing that she will be playing the Hollywood icon. The movie will be about the making of the 1961 film Breakfast at Tiffany's. The project is currently in development and there is no yet release date. Well, that's all I have for your A-List update. Back to you guys at the desk.
Priceless ancient Egyptian artifacts have been recovered just one day after being stolen in Australia. An official report says that the man who stole the pieces smashed a window at the museum before grabbing them. The artifacts include a 2,600-year-old cat figurine and a 3,300-year-old collar. The thief is now being held without the possibility of bail in a federal prison.
If you love collecting, then today is for you. It's National Trading Card Day. This day is all about trading cards and the art that goes into it. From old school sports to Pokemon, your goal has always been to catch them all. Collectors are able to get their hands on these cards from opening card packs or buying them individually at trading card stores. You can participate in National Trading Card by dusting off your favorite cards and trading them with your friends. And don't forget to post on social media by using the hashtag National Trading Card Day.
You know, Chance, I've always been pretty partial to Pokemon, but why don't we check in with Mason at the Weather Center for the 7-day forecast? And Mason, while we're over there, what was your trading card game of choice?
Ooh, game of choice. I was big on the football cards. I had
football
a couple jersey cards here and there, and I just felt like a kid in a candy store.
Well, good to see. I like it.
Really excited about it, and Tyler said it best earlier, consistently inconsistent. Let's take a look at it. Right now, cloudy, and in the high or the low 70s is going to be the high for you. And then as we move on through the rest of the week, you're going to see that it's going to start heating up a little bit. 76, 79. Then this weekend, it's really going to start cooling down with those clouds still coming back into play. Gentlemen, I got to tell you, mainly a football card guy, but I'll dabble in other things. What do we have here?
Tyler,
go ahead, Chance.
I gotta go back to what you said. You said you weren't a big guy. You weren't a big fan of Pokemon. That's
I said
kind
I
of a hot
was a
take.
Pokemon guy.
Oh, I thought you said you weren't.
Look at this,
That's
Chance
my
not
bad.
listening
My
to me up
listening
here.
ears.
Who would have thought?
I played Dolly Parton.
All right, well, Grayson's kind of jumping the gun here, but we've got some trading cards here from OSU's very own Pete's Pet Posse. Though, interestingly enough, one of mine is BB from this year. So I think that's kind of my trump card right there. I'll keep
fair.
that one
Fine.
in the back of the deck.
It's like having a chart.
I'm gonna go ahead and do
I'm
a
curious,
Trump.
what are kind of everybody's favorites just looking here? Because I think I'm going to go Darwin. Honestly, I mean, I like BB, obviously, but I've got Darwin. Darwin's adorable, isn't it? Anybody got Winston? Winston's always been my
I
favorite.
got Leo and Colt. They're kind of just top dogs out here. I don't know. They're kind of just looks maxing in their photos. So.
I don't know what that
It's
means.
a little
Someone
basic
can
right
buy
there.
it.
I'm going to go with Finley. Shout out to my roommate Cord, who often goes by Corgi, but not by choice.
I don't know how to address that, so I'm going to move to Grayson. Grayson, what's your favorite?
Like I said, I played Dolly Parton, but I guess that got trumped. Howard, don't want to mess with Howard either.
You don't want to mess with
Don't
Howard.
want to mess
Yeah,
with Howard.
I think his attack points are
You know,
way
gentlemen,
too high.
I love to see it. I love to see it. I'm going to keep some of these, I think. I don't know. Maybe we have to turn them in. Who knows? But with that, that's a look at today's headlines. Thank you so much for joining us.
Make sure to check out the Daily O tomorrow and the rest of the week for the latest happenings here in Stillwater and across the state. For the Daily O, I'm Chance Annis.
And I'm Tyler Tripodi. Have a great night, everyone.
Thank you for coming to Stay and Play Pet Resort. This is where we can board your pet at any time for your convenience and make them feel at home. We have 5 different kennels for your pet. We have luxury suites that come with TV, camera, fireplace. And the webcam is at your free. We have Kitty City where you can board your cat. for multiple different prices. Stay and Play Pet Resort offers a free chauffeur service. If you go to Baker Animal Clinic, you can drop your pet off anywhere between 7:30 a.m. and no later than 8 a.m. Stay and Play Pet Resort offers a game day sports package for $37.